I like to say to my clients that it's better to give a woman 5 minutes of what she truly wants as opposed to 30 minutes of what you think she wants. And there's usually a big difference between these two things. But how to know what it is that she actually truly really desires in bed? That's a question I'm going to answer today. My name is Helena Nista and I make videos that help you have the best sex of your life. And in this video, we're diving deep into the world of her true, sensual and erotic desires. I recently got an email from one of the students of the How to Pleasure Her online course. It said, how do I ask for feedback without appearing less confident? I was told by my lover that when a guy asks for feedback, it shows he is not confident in his sexual ability. How can I manage this? And this kind of situation is actually quite common, which is why I wanted to share my answer with all of you. Because you see, a lot of women seem to think that men are supposed to intuitively know everything about sex and about touching a woman well, even if women themselves are not fully sure what it is that they want and desire in bed. But this assumption is actually wrong and unhelpful. And the reason for that is, first of all, that every woman is different and likes to be touched differently than other ladies. And secondly, in our modern world, there really aren't many good sources of quality sexual education available. Many people learn sex from porn, but that gets them nowhere because porn was never meant to be sex education. Others try to learn things by trial and error, but that can be tricky because what worked on one partner will not necessarily work on another one. And so men can find themselves in this kind of difficult situation. They're meant to be confident in bed and take their woman through a mind-blowing erotic experience. And they're not meant to ask for her feedback because that would make them seem like less of a man in bed. Can you see the problem here? So I want to help you sort out both of these issues. And first of all, yes, you're absolutely meant to ask for her feedback. Effective sexual communication is a crucial part of being a great lover and an absolutely necessary element of satisfying a woman in bed. And I do realize that many men find getting feedback in bed quite challenging. And this is exactly why I included in my online course, How to Pleasure Her, an entire section on quality sexual communication, both when you're in bed with her and also outside of the bedroom. Talking about sex is not meant to be difficult or awkward. Quite the opposite. It can be a hot, exciting and seductive experience that lovers can share. Because sexual communication isn't a nice to have or an option that you can go for or not. Not at all. Sexual communication is a must for any couple who is interested in improving their sex life. And secondly, lack of proper sexual education is a real problem. Sex ed in schools is a joke, and while the internet is full of tips and ideas, most of them are completely unhelpful and a waste of your time. And this is exactly why I created my online course, How to Pleasure Her. Because I decided to put together into one spot a complete and comprehensive guide for any man who desires to be a fantastic lover. Understanding a woman's body, her needs and desires in bed is not complicated. Learning how to touch her and stimulate her with your words, with your fingers, with your tongue and with your penis is not complicated. But you do need the right tools. You need to be able to both talk with her about sex in a constructive way, and you need to understand different blissful, powerful ways to touch her. It is the combination of the two that will make you unstoppable in the bedroom and the best lover that she's ever had. Only one of these two will not work. But together, they create a powerful formula for any man who craves mastery and skill in the bedroom. So my course, How to Pleasure Her, will teach you how to excite her, how to awaken her erotic desire, how to touch her in the most amazing ways, and how to take her to mind-blowing orgasms. And it will also teach you how to communicate with her effectively so that you can adapt all of these techniques to her needs and desires. Because your task was never to be a master at pleasuring every single woman. That's impossible. We're all way too different and unique. Your job is to become a master at pleasuring your woman. And that task will take a lot of communication. So if you'd like to learn more, make sure to check out my online course for men, How to to pleasure her. It is full to the brim of tools, techniques, and practices necessary to make you an absolute king in the bedroom. Creating this course took months of work, planning, filming, and editing, but I'm incredibly excited about the result, and I absolutely know that you will love the content and that it will turn you into the best lover possible. So make sure to sign up today, and I hope to see you there. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this was helpful. Please make sure to leave me a like and a comment below. Do you ever talk to your partner about sex? I can't wait to read your answers. Have a magical day, and I will see you next week.